All right, you guys. So this morning, my job had us judging Halloween costumes on Zoom, and I'm just like, no, this is not my life. I don't do shit like this. So I decided to just check my email, and like minutes before, I had gotten an email from Shop AEW with links to the pre-sale for Final Battle and also for the Collision that comes on the next night. And I thought that was weird because I've never gotten any pre-sale information from them before in the past about other shows. So I kind of thought that was a little strange. That would have definitely helped me get better seats in the past. So then the tickets went on sale at 11 o'clock, and I knew I was going to be working during that time. So I was like, whoever I'm talking to while I'm working, they're just going to be put on hold so I can get these damn tickets, because that's normally what I do. Every time I get tickets, I just put my clients on hold. So right when it was like 10:58, I was like, damn, I'm going to tell them put it on hold. And she just happened to say, you know what, you don't have to put me on hold. I'll just call back later. I'm like, hey, no problem with me. So hang up, got the website pulled up, and I went to get the tickets, and I tried my best to get front row, and unfortunately I couldn't. So I ended up getting third row, which is A-okay with me. I'm on the camera side, so you're going to be seeing my ugly face throughout the broadcast, and I'm really, really happy about that. And I'm just so excited because I've been covering Ring of Honor like religiously, and I just feel like I just had to go and see this last pay-per-view and just experience it for myself. Now, there is something I forgot to mention with my review yesterday, and it's sort of kind of maybe not really kind of related to Ring of Honor, but since Adam Page is the six-man tag champion, we got to talk about Swerve invading his home last night. Now, there's a lot of controversy with this because people feel like they went too far. And then other people feel like another home invasion storyline in pro wrestling, like it's so outplayed. I get what y'all mean about the outplayed thing. Now, Swerve comes to the house with Prince Nana, and there's a little painting from a child on the refrigerator door. He rips it up. Okay, that's one. And then he jumps over the couch and he put his feet on his couch with his dirty ass shoes. And I'm just like, what? Like, I mean, like Rick James on Eddie Murphy couch. And I'm just like, what? Not on my couch. Like, if somebody put their dirty shoes on my couch, we're going to have a problem. Now, they hear a sound and they go check it out, and it's the baby in the crib. They don't show the baby, but we're basically assuming that's what it is because Swerve is talking to the baby, basically about his dad being a loser or whatever. Me personally, I am kind of over the home invasion thing, but I don't really remember seeing something like this in AEW in recent times. So it's not really a big deal to me. I think the last time I seen one that I could actually remember was the one with Seth Rollins and Edge. I think that's the last one I remember. But anyway, people are saying that, you know, he should have not been pretending to be talking to the baby or whatever. You're taking it too far when it comes to children. And I'm just like, it's pro wrestling. He's a heel. He's getting heat. It's not a big deal. Matter of fact, Swerve is over as hell right now. In my eyes, he can't do any wrong. So I'm totally cool with it. But the home invasion stuff is a little bit weird. And I think the weirdest thing about it, though, was where was Mama Page? Like, where was his wife if the baby was in the crib? That part was the only thing that was weird to me. But whatever. I just want to talk about it because I mentioned it yesterday. So let's talk about Ring of Honor. All right, first match we had Metalik versus Enh Helico. Right before this match, we have a promo from Enh Helico, and he's with Serpentico in this promo. Now, Serpentico's arm got injured during his match with Eddie Kingston, and Helico's like, no, you know what? We all are friends, but I don't like the way you handle things with Serpentico. And basically, he's going to get revenge. Now, let me tell you guys something. I ain't never, ever looked at Enh Helico to be something special or whatever. He just come in the ring, usually loses, and that's it. But I've been impressed with what I've seen from him in the ring. This promo he did kind of remind me like of, you know, like a brother of Orange Cassidy. Like he speaks like with a mellow, chill voice. And it's something about him that it's just, you just never expect it. And AEW never really presented him at his best. So you never really would think that he's as good as he is. So tonight with this match that he ends up having with Metalik, I am really impressed. And I'm like, this is how you build somebody up. Somebody who's been in this company, I don't know, since the very beginning, but close to that. and nobody ever really took him seriously. And then now that he is got his eyes on the Ring of Honor, a world title, you guys are building him up to look like somebody important when he gets in the ring with Eddie Kingston. And honestly, it's working. And I'm really, really surprised. And when I see stuff like this, I'm like, okay, you're doing that with one person and it's working. You could be doing that with multiple people at the same time, and it'll be working. Right now, Ring of Honor really needs to put a huge emphasis on all their titles going into this final battle pay-per-view. Oh, every single title needs to be on the line at that pay-per-view. So the same way that they're building up Enh Helico to look like somebody important for Eddie Kingston, even though I don't think that's going to be the match at the pay-per-view, the way that they're building him up, I'm really impressed. And him taking initiative and being like, hey, the spotlight's on me right now. I got to do my best. And he's absolutely killing it. This was probably the best match that I've seen him in ever. So I'm really, really impressed with him. And I really want to see more. I'm starting to become a little bit of a fan of Enh Helico. So like I said, I'm really, really surprised. So kudos to AEW to actually seeing somebody and pushing them and making them look and feel important. I love this. And Helico does take the win. And I'm so curious to see when the hell this match is going down. I know he ain't going to win, but he's going to look like a superstar losing. Up next, we have the Infantry versus Terrence and Terrell Hughes. They are the sons of Devon Dudley. I'm not going to lie. When I saw them, I was really, really excited. And just their presence made me feel like they fit in. Like, they really got a look that I really like. So, them being in the ring with the Infantry, I was like, oh, snap. This is about to be good. Guys, it wasn't. It was a squash. I cannot believe it. And even on commentary, right before this match started, they're hyping the twins up and everything, talking about how great they are. And I'm like, yeah, we're about to see it right now. The thing was like maybe 3 minutes, if that. And I didn't really get a chance to see them do too much. And I'm just like, damn, this is a missed opportunity. This is a really great team. Like, I understand when they bring in these new people in, it's usually a squash, but it doesn't have to be like that every single time. If they are talented and you really think that you're going to be able to snag them as a sign, you got to give them a little bit more than 3 minutes in the ring. They barely touched anybody from the Infantry. So I did not like this at all. I really felt like they deserved to have had at least an extra 5 minutes in the ring, and they could have taken the loss, but they would have looked good. They need to be building up these tag teams in ROH, so I didn't like this at all. Now, up next, we have Lexi with Maria. Maria's letting everybody know that Cole Carter and Griff Garrison, they're looking for tag team gold. And you know what? Everybody's looking for tag team gold in Ring of Honor because it's not there. It's in AEW. Now, while she's talking, here comes Lila Hirs. Lila Hirs is actually coming to ask Maria to be her manager. And Maria's like, bitch, you denied my services when I tried to help your ass. And now that you're a loser, now you asking for help? I don't think so. If you want my help, you gotta earn it. And to be honest, I'm feeling what Maria's saying. She's telling the truth. If someone tried to help you, you said no, then later on you realize you needed them, don't come crawling back. So up next, we had Dalton Castle versus Anthony Henry. Now, going into this match, both of these guys are actually baby faces. But lately, Dalton Castle been complaining about not being on the show often. I don't know, like after the last pay-per-view, he hasn't been featured as much. So he's been having like weekly little messages about coming back or whatever. So now he's back. He's facing Anthony Henry. Anthony Henry, usually a babyface. And in this match, Dalton Castle is taking an approach to be more aggressive, but not in a heel way. I guess he's just being ambitious and he really want to show people like why he should be on TV on a weekly basis. So I get that. So now while he's being a little bit more aggressive than usual, Anthony has to come off as a heel here and kind of, you know, play into the crowd to get them to boo him or whatnot. Otherwise, it's just going to feel like two baby faces going against each other. So he did well with that, taunting the crowd and getting them to boo him or whatnot. This was a fun match here. I get where Dalton is going for in terms of being more aggressive. I guess he really wants to stand out right now. And I think that's a good way for him to go because right now, he could be going for a title, you know, TV title. Obviously, he lost that opportunity with Samoa Joe at the last pay-per-view, but he wants people to take him seriously, so I totally get it. Fun match. Dalton takes the win, but I like both these guys here in the match, so it didn't really matter to me who was going to take this win. Now, up next, we have Mark Sterling. He's backstage with Josh Woods and Tony Nese. They have both taken a win last week. And here comes Ethan Page. Ethan Page is like, so I took your card with your number. I blew up your phone all week and nobody returned my phone call. And I'm just like, holy shit, you actually called them? You want to join their group? Now, Mark Sterling, he is a fucking asshole. He's just like, oh, you called? Well, we only answer for important people. So if you're not important, you wouldn't have gotten a call back. And he's like, I guess Ethan is kind of interested in being part of their group since I guess they're winners over there with Mark Sterling. And Mark Sterling definitely was just like, you know what? We're not interested of you being in our group. We offered last week. Your ass said no, so don't call us back. Pretty much the same thing like with Maria with Lila Hirs. So right when they were about to leave, Josh Woods proposed that they have a match with each other so he can show how good he is in the ring since he had already lost to Tony Nese last week. So this time he'll have an opportunity to possibly beat Josh Woods. I do think that they will have a really great match. Josh is very technical in the ring. That's a style I really like. So I'm interested to see how they do. But Josh got a streak right now, and I don't see him losing that anytime soon. All right, you guys, let's talk about the ladies match. Athena and Billie Starkz versus Diamante and Mercedes Martinez. Now, Billie Starkz is wearing all black and she got a little sprinkle of pink here and there with her outfit. And that's very different from what she normally wears. She's always having colorful gear on. So I'm thinking she's just taking notes from Athena and applying that to her gear. It's cool or whatever. Now, this is the first time we're seeing these two girls tag with each other. And the chemistry has to be great. Obviously, Diamante and Mercedes, they know each other really well. And they've had a lot of time together in the ring. And that was a huge advantage for them in this match. Athena and Billie, okay, not to be too criticizing here, they have a couple of combinations throughout this match as a team. And I don't think that they were executed the way that it should have been. And it come off more as, you know, they're inexperienced as a team compared to Diamante and Mercedes. And for storyline purposes, I think that's okay too, because obviously Athena is training her and Athena doesn't even think she's good enough. So even if these moves don't come off the best, it falls in line with the story. Now, they are getting dominated throughout this match with Diamante and Mercedes. But I'm thinking, Athena, she won't get this win for the team. She has a streak in Ring of Honor. So I see them taking a win. I turned for the quick second to take a sip of my drink. And they lost. Mercedes and Diamante took the win. And I was shocked. This is the first time that Athena has a loss in Ring of Honor. I did not see this coming at all. Now, Athena's really, really upset. But Billie, she had already got attacked. And she's outside the ring. And Athena wants to attack Diamante and Mercedes, but she backs off because she realized she's going to get her ass whooped. She doesn't have any help. So now Mercedes go and take the Ring of Honor women's title, and she's waving it in front of Athena's face, and she says she deserved her rematch from last year's final battle. And I am pretty sure that's what we're going to get for the pay-per-view. I'm not 100% sure yet. But if they're going that way, I think it's fair. She does deserve a rematch, and I would definitely like to see them go at it again exactly a year later. Up next, we had Willie Mack versus Kyle Fletcher. I was really excited about this. The match was decent, but I'm going to tell you what. Tomorrow night, Rampage, Kyle has a match with Takeshita. I know they're going to do very, very good on that. However, I knew they was going to want him to win so that he can look good going into that match on Rampage. But I really felt like they had to make Willie Mack hold back so that Kyle can look better in this match. And I'm watching this and I'm like, no, I know Willie Mack. Willie Mack is not like this. He does more than this. He does better than this. It just felt more of a, let's just let Kyle look good in this match. And I don't like that. You know, there's a way where you can get the best out of everybody in a match, but still have someone go over more. But you didn't have to make him like kind of almost defenseless in this match so that Kyle can take a win. I really do enjoy Willie Mack in the ring, and this just did not feel like him. So I did not care about this. Kyle takes the win. Up next, we have Athena backstage with Lexi and Billy. She's mad as hell. She is yelling at Billy. She said, I pulled your ass out the gutter, like the trash you are, and I try to make you something special. And this is how you do me? Guys, I'm not even exaggerating. This is literally what she said. I have to write it down so I could remember, because I was like, whoa, like that is really offensive. Billy was crying. She was in tears. She was just yelling up in her ears. And I get it. You know, she's had a streaky ring of honor. She's been successful. And she tried to take Billy under her wing. And for her, it's feeling like it's backfiring on her, especially now that she has this first loss in Ring of Honor. And I guess the producers told her that she's going to have to defend the title against Mercedes at some point, but they do not confirm exactly what date that's going to happen. I'm thinking it's going to be the pay-per-view, though. So she's really, really mad at her, and she is really making Billy feel like shit. And for once, I'm actually feeling bad for Billy, because Athena normally yells at her, and she's not so nice to her. But this time, Athena really hit below the belt, and I really felt for Billy. The storyline, I'm telling you guys, it's really heating up. I love what they're doing with the women in Ring of Honor. So if anything, with Ring of Honor, this is something to really check out, because they've been doing such a great job with the ladies. Now, when Athena does leave, we do have Lexi, who's consoling Billy because she's crying unconsolably. And it is just so good. I really, really love this. I'm wondering if they're going to end up breaking up. But for whatever reason, a couple of days ago, I just kind of thought, what if they ended up having Billy being tired of Athena's shit? And obviously, Athena's also feuding with Mercedes and end up having a triple threat match with these girls. That would end up being really, really cool if they did that at Final Battle. But the producers at Ring of Honor, they're not smart like that. So that's not going to happen. Up next, one of my favorite matches of the night, Slim J, Gravity, Gringo Loco, and Blake Christian. Holy crap, we got all these high flyers in the ring. For the most part, it was fast-paced. Sometimes things slow down or whatever, and they build you up to certain spots. But it wasn't none of that hesitating shit or whatever. It was literally, everything was clean and precise, and I loved it. Now, I haven't seen Slim J in a minute. It's been months. Maybe before the summer was the last time I saw him. And a lot of people don't remember that he's one of those type of high-flying dudes, too. And, man, he just showed up and showed out tonight. All four of these guys. I didn't even care who was going to take the win. Gravity won, though, which I thought was weird. Like, there's a little bit of a flip-floppy thing with Gravity right now. One week he wins. Next week he loses. Then he wins. Then he loses. It's like, can we, like, be a little bit precise with the vision of where y'all going with Gravity? Because I can't tell. Now, Gravity won, and they had a lot of freaking cool moves here. So if you want to check out the match, go check it out, because it was really fun. However, the craziest move in this match was Gringo Loco. He's on the top rope. He has, what's his name? Blake Christian on his shoulders. So he's sitting on his shoulders. And then he jumps down with Blake from the top rope, and he turns that into a Blue Thunder bomb. And I was shook. I was like, what the fuck? I was blown away. I really enjoyed what they did here. I would love to see a combination of these guys. Actually, one of my favorite Ring of Honor matches so far this year was Blake Christian versus Gringo Loco. This is within the first few months of Ring of Honor. Those two guys, amazing what they did. But in this match here, everybody stood out for something great, and I really enjoyed it. So check this out. I just felt like it was a little weird that it was Gravity to take the win after losing like a sore loser last week. Next, we had Lila Hirs versus Nyx. This was a squash match, and Lila won. Moving on. Next, we had Lee Moriarty versus Darius Martin. Another squash match, but this was a setup for a tag match, so I'm not going to be mad at it. Now, The match was really, really quick, and I was actually trying to see how much Darius has improved, especially with somebody like Lee Moriarty. Honestly, I feel like Lee Moriarty's style is a little bit advanced for Darius. I'm not trying to be a bitch, but it is. So I wanted to see how well he was going to do, and he barely got a chance to do anything. And Lee Moriarty, I think he distracts the referee for like a quick second, and Shane Taylor knocks out Darius. And then here comes Lee, putting him in a crossface, and this bitch can't even tap. He's knocked the fuck out, so the ref rings the bell. Now, after ringing the bell, he is still holding on. Now, Shane Taylor gets in there. He's yelling up in his face or whatever. Darius don't know if it's night. He don't know if it's day. He don't know if it's January. He don't know if it's July. So all that yelling was just not even needed. Now, while they're doing all that, it looks like Shane is probably going to attack Darius physically. And here come Action Andretti, who is not medically clear to be in the ring. He comes out with a chair, ready to swing. And Shane Taylor and Lee ends up swiveling out the ring. And I believe we're going to get some type of tag team match with these guys once Action Andretti is cleared to go back in the ring after that beatdown from Miro. So I like what we're getting here, so I'm not too mad about the whole squash situation. It is what it is. After that, we have Rachel Ellering versus Robin Renegade. I thought this was going to be a squash, but it wasn't. They gave us a little extra time with the ladies, so I appreciated that. Rachel has never won these past few months that she's been in Ring of Honor, and she finally took a win against Robin. I was actually kind of surprised because she's lost like maybe 5 matches so far. This is the first win, so congrats to her. Now we have our main event. We have Gates of Agony versus Griff Garrison and Cole Carter versus the Iron Savages. Now, Griff and Cole, they are the scrawniest group in here. So I found it really, really funny how they actually ran up to Iron Savages to get this match started. And I was like, you know what? That's cool. Y'all being brave and putting your name out there. Go for it. Now, I'm just thinking, all right, this is going to be a way for them to try to put over Griff and Cole as a new tag team. And I feel like we didn't get a chance to see too much of them in this match. And once again, within 5 minutes, it was over. And I'm just like, what the hell? You guys did this bullshit last week with the same amount of time for a main event instead of giving us a lengthy main event, something that would feel really important. So 5 minutes, what is that? Now, I get it. They want to build Gates of Agony as a tag team and no longer as a trios because I don't know where the hell Brian Cage is at right now. And they've been doing that for like since they lost the titles to the Young Bucks and them. And now I'm thinking if you want to build them and put them in shorter matches to make them look dominant or whatever, put that shit in the middle of the damn card, not at the end when people want to leave your show feeling satisfied. You got to give them a worthy main event. And this, while the match was not bad, it's not satisfying enough to see something for 5 minutes and lights out. I don't like that at all. Anyway, overall, the show is good. Athena's storyline is definitely heating up and I'm very invested. I will be getting my Millions in Training shirt soon. I feel like we're getting somewhere towards the pay-per-view. It's going to build up and it's going to get better, I hope. Either way, I bought the tickets, so I'm going to have to sit through it. But it was not a bad night. Definitely check out that Fatal 4-Way with Gringo Loco, Break Christian, Gravity, and Slim J. Definitely love that match. Oh, and Helico promo is right at the beginning of the show, and his match with Middle League was also really great. I love the way he handled himself in this match. This guy could actually be a star. Like, a star was in front of us this whole time, and we didn't realize it. That's pretty cool. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back tomorrow with Rampage, as usual.